Welcome back to the Better Sleep course. In today's module, we're going to be taking a little time to explore what a bad night's sleep actually looks like and just how common it is to have them. We'll then go on to look at how sometimes one bad night can roll on into a series of bad nights and what happens when things actually start to go wrong with our sleep. It might be helpful to know that often when we're struggling with sleep or feeling quite tired over prolonged periods, it's really easy for us to either significantly underestimate or overestimate how much sleep we're getting and how much we actually need. One of the most common indicators of a bad night's sleep or more ongoing sleep problems really sits around that idea of having problems falling asleep at the beginning of the night, or also quite commonly getting back to sleep after waking up through the night. So while this is a really common thing for us all to experience, it becomes more problematic when it morphs into an ongoing and recurrent issue, or if it's happening for more nights than not throughout the week. When this happens, often people will begin to experience trouble falling asleep despite feeling fatigued, and this can lead to not getting enough sleep and potentially will result in sleep deprivation as well. So this is an indicator that can manifest in several ways, such as having racing thoughts, feeling restless, or a general sense of stress before going to bed, worrying about not getting enough sleep. Another indicator of poor sleep is frequently waking up during the night, leading to fragmented sleep. So these awakenings will disrupt the natural sleep cycle and prevent you from accessing those deeper stages of sleep, which is really important in terms of the restorative processes. Often this will result in poor quality sleep and feeling groggy and fatigued after waking up. Frequent awakenings can be caused by various factors, including sleep disorders such as sleep apnea, nocturia, which is excessive urination during the night, or even disruptions caused by external factors in our environment, such as noise, light, discomfort, or the temperature. Another important indicator of a bad night's sleep, or more commonly ongoing sleep problems, is that excessive daytime sleepiness and fatigue. These are really common indicators that we're not getting enough sleep. While experiencing that fatigue or sleepiness occasionally is quite normal, persistent sleepiness can be a warning sign that perhaps you're not getting enough sleep or enough good quality sleep. Another possibility is that when we struggle to get enough good quality sleep, it can also lead to that daytime sleepiness, making it difficult to stay awake and alert throughout the day. We know how important sleep is in terms of restoring our cognitive abilities and also for consolidating our learning and memory throughout the day. So this means that we also know poor sleep will impair our cognitive functioning and affect various aspects of our cognition, including our attention, memory, our decision-making, creativity, and problem-solving skills. When sleep is frequently disrupted or insufficient, it can hinder our brain's ability to consolidate and process the information that we acquire throughout the day. So this will often lead to decreased concentration and an overall sense of mental sluggishness or brain fog, as well as impaired memory recall and a slower reaction time, and also some difficulties managing multiple demands. Prolonged periods of poor sleep can also significantly impact our cognitive functioning in terms of our academic and professional performance, especially if they go unaddressed over the long term. When we're not getting sufficient sleep, or the quality of our sleep is really poor, we're much more likely to experience mood disturbances, such as that increased irritability, mood swings, anxiety, and even depression. Sleep deprivation can actually really negatively impact the brain's ability to regulate our emotions effectively. And when this happens, our vulnerability to stress is increased because of that deprivation. We also have a decreased ability to cope with life's general challenges and regulate our emotions effectively. Over time, this cycle is going to really significantly impact our relationships and decrease our emotional resilience, and also place unnecessary strain and pressure on our relationships and daily life. A lot of these indicators of poor sleep are in fact really common, and sleep problems and sleep disorders are actually quite a widespread issue today. Importantly though, just because they're common doesn't mean that they're okay, and this is because of the significant consequences that they can have on our physical, cognitive and emotional well-being, but also more generally in terms of how they impact our ability to function well day to day and just enjoy life. By recognising some of these indicators of poor sleep, such as that difficulty initiating or maintaining sleep, a lot of broken or fragmented sleep, or that excessive fatigue and sleepiness during the day, we're going to start to see that impaired cognitive performance and mood disturbance. But we can take some really proactive steps to address these issues. And by understanding these factors and how they're going to impact our sleep, we can start to address them. So this can include seeking professional help through your GP or a psychologist, but it may also be starting to take simple steps, such as looking at your lifestyle choices or changing environmental factors to improve your sleep hygiene. So what I want you to remember here is that all of these common indicators of a bad night's sleep that we've looked at today are also really present in a lot of more chronic sleep problems or sleep disorders. But the key difference is the frequency and duration of them. But when it begins to be more nights than not over quite a prolonged period of time, such as weeks or months, we really need to take this as a sign to investigate and maybe look a little deeper, because it may be that something might not be quite right and our mind and body are trying to tell us. So after today's module, it might also be helpful to look at your sleep consistency and see if there are any patterns that you might be starting to notice, and perhaps they're related to some of what we've discussed today. You've probably also noticed that as we've progressed throughout the modules so far and in the workbook, there are some key themes that keep popping up. Things such as patterns, routines, habits. So in the next module, we're going to take a closer look at some of these and how we can start using them to incorporate what we're learning throughout the course.